Good morning. Welcome back to the Red Mic. Happy Friday. Hashtag Fun Friday. It is September 19th, 2025. Red Mic messages are leadership and life lessons picked up from 25 years as a public servant, 16 years as a youth football coach and scouting volunteer, and 10 years as a mediocre athlete with far more heart than actual physical ability. Usually on my Red Mic messages, Monday through Thursday at least, again, leadership and life lessons kind of thing. On Friday, hashtag Fun Friday, yeah, there might be a nugget of life or leadership hidden in there, but I try to make them fun, try to look at something from maybe a different angle, usually from pop culture. Sometimes it's a rant, sometimes it's a joke. Today's hashtag Fun Friday, just a slump. And I mentioned that this would be partially inspired by my buddy Scooter, who also inspired the Life is Short, Drink the Bourbon that I end every Red Mic message with. Scooter had a small number of Facebook profile pictures. One was a picture of the kryptonite affected dark personality of Superman, the guy who doubted himself, the guy who was drinking like a fish. It's the one where he's sitting at the bar pouring the Johnny Walker Red into a glass and then starts flicking the bar peanuts and everything at the mirror because he didn't like what he saw. Scooter loved that movie. He loved to make fun of it, but he loved that movie too. We got into a big talk about the duality of man and stuff like that one time when we were watching that movie. Anyway, Superman had been poisoned by this fake kryptonite. It was just like real kryptonite, except it had cigarette tar in it. And by the way, Superman 3 is not a great movie, but watch it anyway. Don't bother with Superman 4. Superman 4, forget about it. Anyway, after he gets affected by this fake kryptonite, he turns into a twisted, selfish, cruel version of himself. He stumbles drunk out of the St. Louis hotel, which is in Calgary, actually, not in the U.S. And the public, they're just incensed. They don't, who is this guy? Well, there's a passing taxi, and Lana, his childhood friend, and her, let's face it, kind of annoying son, Ricky, they get out, and Lana's trying to say, hey, Ricky, he's not the guy we thought we knew. And Ricky's like, no, he's just in a slump. Superman, you can be great again. You can do this. No powers, no cape, just the faith of a young boy. A child saw past the wreckage to the hero that was still buried inside. Now, if you've seen the movie, eventually, yes, he does literally fight his demon, and Superman wins. In Jerry Maguire, Jesse Remo, very early in the movie, does something very similar. He cuts through the crap to get to the heart of Jerry, and the simple thing he says that gets him there is talking about his dad. This is his fourth concussion. Shouldn't somebody get him to stop? Jerry, of course, tries to be condescending to the kid and talk about VR Rangers and stuff like that. And the kid's just like, yeah. And he flips him the bird. I'm not going to. That's when Jerry spirals. He says, who had I become? Just another shark in a suit? That collapse became his spark. That led to his late night mission statement, where he poured out everything in his soul. As he said, it was the me I always wanted to be. But rediscovering his soul, it came at a cost. His industry sharpened its knives. It started cutting him out. I mean, there's two agents across the room the next morning. They're applauding and smiling and everything. And one of them mentions to the other, how long do you give him? And the guy says, about a week. Snakes, through and through. The worst snake of them all was Bob Sugar, played with oily smarm by Jay Moore. I don't know if Jay Moore's a nice guy in real life. Maybe he is. He seems like it on his podcast. But man, nobody plays a slime ball better. He was the hatchet man. they sent to fire Jerry. Jerry is reeling, and Bob has the audacity to say this with a straight face. What about me? You know what I went through knowing I was going to have to fire my mentor, carrying that around in my head for a week? Could you get past yourself? Really? You just fired your alleged mentor and you're thinking about yourself. That's the epitome of hollow ambition. I mean, that ego-driven cynicism that poisoned the culture, poisoned the team, poisoned the people, and that's what led Jerry to get the hell out of there. So Jerry pushed forward. He listened to the words of his mentor in his head, because at this point, Dickie Fox was long gone. But the key to this business is personal relationships. I love my life, I love my wife, and I wish you my kind of success. Superman fought his demon and won. Jerry fought his entire industry and he won. He found wholeness. He became known as a man of integrity, a man of honor. He told Dorothy, "You complete me." And she said, "Shut up. You had me at hello." So on this fun Friday, if life's fake kryptonite gets to you, if ego and exhaustion or cynicism turn you dark, remember the voices without guile. Remember the innocence. Remember Ricky and Jesse. Find the people, find the voices, find the reasons that still see your light. Let that light out. Reclaim the you that you always wanted to be. Claim your nest, as Dupree would say. Find you. Because a slump, it's not an ending. It's just the pause before the great comeback. And on this hashtag Fun Friday, that is today's Red Mike message. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you'll give me a like, a follow, and a share. The share is the most important part right now. Let other people hear what I'm talking about. I'd appreciate it a whole lot. I love you guys. Have a good weekend. I'll see you Monday, and until next time, don't forget, life is short. Drink the bourbon. Thanks, Scooter.